We're going to go ahead and do a reading specifically for twin flames, for the divine feminine, for the divine masculine, to see what is going on. All right, so we're getting ready for that Capricorn full moon, but we're also wrapping up or closing out Cancer season. We're in the tail end of it, as Monday we're going to shift into Leo season. Big energies coming with this Capricorn full moon. It's the second of a pair, right? So we're kind of feeling those energies, and we're in these energies. There might be karma being pushed to the surface. We also have a lot of powerful astrological alignments that are going to hit us back to back starting tomorrow, kind of coming with this moon too. We have a lot of Saturn energy. This is like Big Daddy energy. It's also helping us to close out or wrap up karmic cycles around the twin flames and twin flame union. Oftentimes there's a lot of karmic energy that comes up specifically for twin flames, as your twin flame is here to help you to shine a light on your karmic baggage and to help you resolve certain things that you need to heal within yourself. Saturn energy, which is Capricorn's ruler, is all about letting go of, we'll say, attachments, limitations, and even deeper patterns and behaviors. So we have a lot of that clearing energy that's coming up with this one. It's also a lot of manifesting energy too. So big moon energies coming at us. This is going to help us to close out a cycle that began back on June 21st. So on the 21st of July, in a couple of days, we have this full moon. It's going to help us to wrap up whatever themes were coming up during that time for us. We're going to do a good reading for the divine feminine first. All right, make sure that you guys know this is just a general reading. If you need a one-on-one phone call, I have tons of reading options on my website. I do these as phone calls. You can do these phone calls as often as you need them. When you need an update just to go into your specific situation, they're going to help you a ton, no matter what is going on for you. So I have tons of reading options on my website. I'm also an energy healer, and I'm always trying to get you to do more healing sessions. Make sure you are, especially if you're a twin flame. It's like everything comes to the surface. Your twin flame comes and oftentimes triggers a lot to the surface and stirs up a lot. All this stuff you didn't even know existed. They're going to shine a light on your darker aspects. They're going to bring the shadow healing up. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be inner child issues, ways that we're blocking out love, the walls that we've built around love, past relationship wounds, things like that all come to the surface. So you're needing to clear a lot of energy fast. We are on the planet anyway because of ascension, but your twin flame helps to accelerate that process too. So make sure you guys are checking out those healing sessions on my website. I have tons of clearings, healings, and activations on there. I also do twin flame coaching, which is great for working you through the process and going deeper into this process. Okay, so we're going to start with divine feminine, a reading for the divine feminine. A lot of you guys are working on your healing and feeling pretty good, but you're being shown through your twin flames actions areas that you need to work on healing more. This could be deeper triggers, wounds, or blocks that are coming up for you during this time. But let's just start with a reading for divine feminine, divine masculine. If you're watching, messages from your feminine. You were my best friend, and I cherished our friendship above all others. Okay, so you're going to find when you go through the twin flame journey, you're going to find out who your friends are. You're like, you need to clear anything that is a resistance, both internally, the blocks, and externally. So if you have people, friends, family, situations that are in the way or blocking union, you're going to notice that. Some of your friends were not aligned with your union, and you've been having a lot of people fall off your timeline or even clearing a lot of energy. This could look like friends and family. So there's a lot of, like, first off, a big clearing that is happening on the divine feminine side where you're losing family members, friends, people not serving you, people that don't have your best interest in mind. So this means that you're probably ending up spending a lot more time alone, especially on the twin flame journey, right? And you're noticing that if for those in separation, not everyone is, because this is just a general read, but for those in separation, you're missing your twin flame. They're your best friend. You're always able to talk to them about everything. In fact, the divine masculine is meant to act as an awakened spiritual guide. Remember that both twin flames are meant to be awakened. You're supposed to be at this certain level of awakening to be able to handle the twin flame journey. So most of the time, both twin flames are awake and very aware so that you guys can handle the healing work and all that comes up to the surface. Usually twin flames are both starseeds, you're both intuitive empaths, and you both have powerful gifts and abilities too. And it's very powerful when twin flames come together. You're meant to be the ultimate power couple. In fact, you guys will know very fast what your mission is, what you could be doing together with your gifts and things like that, or even some type of spiritual work that you're meant to be doing together. These are people that go out, save the planet, become power couple light workers that do big missions and things like that together with your twin flame. But of course, sometimes you have to go through these spaces of separation. For those that are in a separation, this is a period of healing, and it's a place to balance and recalibrate your energies. Sometimes you're needing to heal by yourself, especially as your twin flame is usually the one that has triggered a lot of old wounds that you need to deal with. It just kind of depends on where you're at. My memories of you haunt me and keep me thinking about what could have been. Twin flames connect on this telepathic level and this spiritual level because it's a spiritual connection, unlike any others. You guys are always thinking about each other all day long. You're going to sense when your twin flame's thinking about you or what they're thinking about you. Sometimes you might see an increase in sign synchronicities. You might feel their presence, feel their energy, or even if you've just connected on such a deep level, you're really feeling that spiritual connection. So you're thinking about this person an awful lot. If you guys have been in union or you've been in a relationship, you're always replaying the good times or the good memories from this. It's like this is meant to motivate you. So usually you guys connect on a certain level before doing any separations. And the reason why is to keep you motivated to get you back on track to union. Know that if you're in separation or even working towards union, the universe is working very, very hard behind the scenes to bring you together or bring you back together right now. I know we've been together in past lives. I recognize you. You were never a stranger to me. So you have a strong past life connection with this person. This is on a subconscious level. Sometimes we bring these feelings with us from these past lifetimes, and they become the deeper work in our connections now. It just kind of depends. You have a very strong past life connection with this person. This is the person you're literally destined to be with. This is your one and only. The person that you're destined to end up with. This is your destined partner. This is a past life connection at its finest. So you've spent many, many lifetimes together. You wouldn't have always come together in every lifetime, but in this lifetime, we're doing Ascension of the Planet, and it's kind of a big deal. So we see more and more twin flames finding their way back to each other or finding their way home to each other, especially as they're experiencing their spiritual awakening and being guided back to Source or connecting with Source again. This is where you'll find your twin flame. The distance between us is killing me. I long to hear your beautiful voice again. You may miss talking to them if there's sometimes I've found in separation, it's not a lot of communication or no communication. It just kind of depends. I think that the divine masculine shuts out the divine feminine oftentimes, which can make the divine feminine feel powerless because you probably just want to heal and connect with this person and they tend to shut you out. This is just how the divine masculine has learned how to handle with their own stress and issues. Sometimes they shut everyone out, but they're shutting you out at times in the separation. And that's because they're not feeling great about it too. And, because it triggers a lot of painful past energies to be dealt with. And so there might not be a lot of communication. There might be distance or separation that you're dealing with in this connection. The best thing that you can do, Divine Feminine, is just continue to work on yourself in this space and to raise your frequency. It's going to help to open up things. So when you better align with your own energies and do more energy healing work, it will help the masculine on their side too, because oftentimes they're also struggling in the same ways that you are too. And I always say, I think that women sometimes are better at processing all the emotional energies that come to the surface, and masculines tend to want to stuff it down and repress it, dismiss it, how they're feeling. It's too intense, right? It's like they're a volcano bubbling up sometimes. So they tend to try to shove it down. Sometimes they try to get away from the uncomfortable feelings, and we all know that the only way out is through and doing that inner work. So there's a lot of intense emotional energies that have to be dealt with within this connection. Keep working on clearing your energy and raising your frequency, Divine Feminine. Can you let go of the past and forgive me? Can you trust me again with your heart? And this is where divine counterparts, twin flames, have to come together in unconditional love. There were mistakes made on both sides, like not trying to. This is where you guys are great. You're in the love bubble until the trauma comes up and comes out. And this is just from the high frequencies of the union too. So this is like needing to let go of the past, to find forgiveness, let go of resentments. This is like the key to opening the heart chakra and opening up to love with your twin flame. This is why your twin flame is here to do this process with you too. So this may require finding forgiveness and even starting over. Try to let go of the past. I feel like I don't know who I am anymore. Okay, so this is why the connection can be hard to read and it can be intense, because it takes you through so many ego deaths. It's like collapse of the false self and all of the beliefs that bubble up and perspectives and ideas and things like that. And they say that ego likes to make up 78% of the narrative isn't real. Oh my God. Okay. So we have a lot of projections that we deal with, and this is the built-in ego trying to protect itself, right? And these are protection mechanism, walls, programs, things like that. So we have to go through an ego death. Separation is one of the ways we go through that, or other energies being triggered too, but it's also meant to help you through this spiritual rebirth process. You might even go through this again and again. Spiritual awakening is like that, I know, where you go through these cycles of it, especially within twin flame too. So this is like some type of ego death is happening, and you might feel like you're trying to find yourself again, or even again and again in this spiritual awakening. Okay, make sure that you're taking advantage of any opportunities. I was saying like this morning, I don't think there's anything worse than sitting in the 3D box and just staying in your comfort zone in the same life for like 20 years doing nothing. You're like, oh my God, every day. Okay, you're going to get a lot of opportunities, and I was saying it is those light workers that are brave enough to pave a new way for the rest of the planet. You guys are going to have to really follow your guidance. When you are a twin flame, you have really, really good inner guidance, and you need to really follow it, Divine Feminine, because we see for the first time ever, the Divine Feminines are, you know, really tapping into their spiritual gifts, empathic abilities, and psychic abilities, and you're helping the rest of the planet. The more that you can tap into these higher frequencies and find your own way, you're acting as a way shower for the rest of the planet too. So it's very important that you're also staying open to new opportunities that are going to take you out of your comfort zone. This might be new connections. It might be opening up to different, let's say, ideas or pathways presented to you. Make sure you're following that energy pull for you. I'm on my way to you. You guys might be, if you're in a separation, finding your way back together, and you'll notice that. You'll be able to tell that if there's an increase in communication or reaching out. I want to reach out, but I don't know how. I'm holding on to the memories of us. I need to tell you the truth. Divine Feminine, connect with your throat chakra. Every time my phone rings, I hope it is you. This might be you always looking at your phone and hoping that it's your twin flame. Doesn't matter, right? You could be expecting their call, right? Oh my God, okay. Things just got too intense, too fast. It's this fire energy. I was reading so much stuff on this, and it's a intense, fiery energy, and you're going to notice it's changing your energy, and you're getting more fiery. You're standing up for yourself more. You're taking your power back. You're getting in your vibe, right? You're not as bothered by what other people think. There's a very fiery energy that comes with this, and then with being a twin flame also comes great power and responsibility as to how you're using that energy to use it wisely. You need to heal how you're seeing things. A shift in perspective is needed. Divine Feminine, you need to also clear out the distortion, the illusions. It will come up. The fear, the doubt, and the worry and the insecurities will bubble up. And it's important that you're clearing some of these things. You may now suddenly see clearly how some of your own projections, ideas, and things that you were unintentionally manifesting into the connection may have gotten in the way or thrown off the connection or blocked the connection too. Really, really healing ego issues. And you'll know when your ego comes up because you get really triggered and you get in this ego state, right? Make sure that you're healing your ego issues too, Divine Feminine. My soul was made with yours at the beginning of time. You guys come from the same star system. Literally, you were made as a pair together. My ego got too triggered and got in the way. And this is what Divine Masculine has had to deal with. Okay, you're needing to work on that ego or layers of ego that usually come up right before the ego death. We see the cause of separation at those points. So if you've ever done a separation, right a second before that, the ego come up, and it's like the shadow, the nasty stuff that come out. But then you go through the ego death and that layer dies, and you go through a rebirth, and you're coming back lighter and lighter too. So there has been, like I said, a period or a phase of spiritual rebirths that are coming out of this connection, which makes it very intense and challenging. This is a connection about healing and spiritual awakening. Okay, surrender. Time to let go, release, and give up control of this situation. You need to surrender. This is going with the flow of the universe, understanding that this connection is coming together. The more that you force, the more it resists. The more that you flow, it comes towards you. Just really work on yourself and your own energy right now. Pay attention to the signs and synchronicities. I was thinking this morning. You might get specific signs that only you and your twin flame would understand. Like if I said some of the signs, no one else would get it but my twin flame. So you're getting signs, messages, and synchronicities. These are signals and messages from the universe, specific things that remind you of your person, of your twin flame that only the two of you would get. Like literally, right? In the universe, of course. So the universe is that medium between twin flames. When they're thinking about you a lot, you might see things pop into your reality from this person, or you might be getting signs and messages. Pay attention to the higher messages coming through. Expect some type of communication. This could be a text message, this could be a phone call, or a direct message. You know this is a spiritual union. In fact, you might even have, this isn't for everyone, this could just be union contracts. Some of you guys may have marriage contracts with your twin flame. Some of you may have contracts to have children, or maybe just to come into union, and how that union is playing out just kind of depends. This person, your masculine, is watching your social media. They miss you bad. They're thinking about you and they're reminiscing about you, but they're always checking up on your social media. And I think you feel that and sense that. Okay, share your voice. This is like throat chakra work. Time to come out of the cave. You've been hiding too much. Both of you have been running and hiding from each other in this connection too much and things like that. And I think this is important too. Really work on your throat chakra and finding your voice and healing your voice. You're going to notice that you can talk to your twin flame about a lot more. It doesn't matter what it is. You guys are expressing your feelings more to each other, and you're opening up more, you're going to find, and easier. Have boundaries. Where do you need to have better boundaries, right? Okay, where do you need to have better boundaries? I have up-leveled a lot of areas in my life by having better boundaries. And this is something my own twin flame, they have really strong boundaries, and I didn't have very good boundaries when I met them, and they were trying to work with me to help me to have better boundaries. But I found as I had better boundaries, I cut out more toxic people and situations, and I started to do better in many areas of my life too. Divine Feminine, you're being guided to have better boundaries. Your Divine Masculine probably has too strong of boundaries, and they might have been trying to help you with that, because some of you guys are coming out of these codependent Divine Feminine, wounded Divine Feminine, we'll say paradigms too. Okay, play. Time to have fun and don't be so serious about things. The Age of Light. You've been training for this for many lifetimes. You and your twin flame have done this so many times before. This is why you need to have faith in the process and trust in the universe and surrender to the divine flow of the universe. You're ending up together. If you're together, you've had a lot of training to help the planet in so many ways. Paying attention to that light worker inspiration that you're getting. You have a powerful divine resume coming to this planet too. And sometimes we get lost in the families we're born into. Divine counterparts, twin flames come into horrible families. I don't mean to be mean. Okay, you guys took on a lot of wounding, karma, and distortion, and you spent a good chunk of your life playing out that family karma, ancestral trauma, and things like that. And so this is why sometimes it's hard for twin flames to come together, because of the past that you've had and all of the wounding that you carry. But it's important to remember that you took on all that as light workers, because you're really good at healing and clearing this too. You've done this many, many times. Clearing the baggage right now. Okay, tune into the porthole of your heart. It is through your heart chakra that you communicate with your twin flame. You're always corded through the heart chakra too. So make sure you're opening your heart. You'll get more messages and communication from your Divine Masculine. Okay, this is my Six of Wands. Many of you guys have watched a lot of, I don't want to say Cinderella, a lot of fairy tale movies, and you expected we could say this is a knight, but it's not, right? Your prince or your knight or your king to come in on their horse and save you. And oftentimes we think that when we meet our twin flame and we're in that love bubble, but oftentimes this is like, sometimes your twin flame is helping you to break out of patterns not serving you and toxic behaviors, and shining a light on both things. On both sides, you both have to work with. You're both two separate beings, I know, even though you have that soul connection, but you're both working through your own baggage too. And this is important too, because your twin flame masculine is coming through in these messages. They might be in the spotlight in some way, or wanting to be. They might be very motivated to be in the public eye. Some of you guys might even be famous. You might end up doing really, really big things with that light worker. But this person is also being very defensive with you. We talked about this. They might be acting cold. I said mean. I've seen some of the masculines being really mean to their Divine Feminine. and not communicating good, being really negative about you or the situation, maybe even dismissive. It just kind of depends. So we have this energy, and a lot of these are your masculine coming through. So we're just going to kind of go with it. But your divine masculine and you are also letting go of people, things, and situations and past issues. You guys are being guided to let go of control of this situation and to let go of past energies. This is letting go of the past with each other, and also the separate work of cleaning your lives up happens in separation, especially too. Okay, so we have the moon in reverse. This is secrets and clarity in the darkness. You guys might have gone through a dark night of the soul. Sometimes separation brings a lot of grief, pain, and heartbreak. It's the worst thing to go through. I said it's like a breakup that never stops. You're like, normal breakup, you just move on and you date again. And you know, this is not like that. Twin flame is not your average breakup. It's nothing like that in separation, because in fact, you're being guided to do such a high level of spiritual work to come back together, knowing that there's certain issues that need to be worked out. So this is divine feminine clearing a lot of fear and negative energy. And this is, as you're opening up your intuition more, because this is everything blocking your psychic and spiritual gifts. So the more that you're clearing your energy, you're going to notice that you're feeling better and you're really, really tuned in. Okay, so you're getting more clarity. This is like 7 of Cups in reverse, but you're also needing to open up to new opportunities, trust that you're going through some period of spiritual growth right now, and to let go of any ways that you're feeling stuck or trapped. Saturn is all about the self-imposed karmic limitations that we place on ourselves, blocks, like we think with the twin flame journey, this isn't possible, this isn't happening, it's never coming together. The negative thoughts that come out of it, clearing these on the divine feminine side. Okay, so we have divine masculine, and they're on their own spiritual journey right now. This is always my afterlife card, right? The Greeks, I forget, they go on the boat, right, to the afterlife. And so this is like they're moving on from hard times in their life. They've been through a lot of hardship in their life. And like I said, they're fine and they have it, but this is them on the boat, and that's their higher self kind of, doing all of the work, because they're not in the best state, if you didn't notice. And they're surrounded by all of the swords. That's the wounds of the past. And so they're releasing a lot of baggage. Sometimes this could indicate travel. If you're living apart, this could indicate, some type of plan for travel or overseas travel, but they're in a period of healing to get there right now. So they might not even see where their journey is taking them, but always to the divine feminine and to union. We have the Ace of Wands. Expect a new beginning to come in. This is if you're in union, going to that new timeline together and going to a higher level. If you're in separation, going into those reunion energies. This is something is going to move. This is going to be good news and action and new energy for this connection too. So as you guys are healing yourselves, you're going to come back together stronger than ever. If apart, or you're doing that healing work now, your twin flame will mirror that energy that you're putting into this, the healing that you're putting into this connection, and it will help to up level this connection. So just know that the more work you put into this, the more you'll get out of it too. Okay, so we're going to do the masculine side. Just give me a minute while I get the cards. Make sure you check out all the new stuff I put on my website. Sometimes it takes a second to update, but I definitely have a lot of full moon stuff up. I've been trying to get everything up because we're going to go into on the 25th is a day out of time, which is a really big time for us. I say time. And this is like the equivalent, because the 26th is the Galactic New Year. So it's like the equivalent of Galactic New Year Eve, Sirius rising. Powerful energies coming at us as we get ready to go into next week. And it also is the first day of the Lionsgate portal opening up too, which is, I know, take all these ones, which is huge for twin flames. So expect a lot of good energies for the flames as we're shifting into Leo season. It'll lighten things up. Cancer's a heavy emotional energy. It brings up the inner child wounds and things to work on. Leo's a lot lighter. Okay, so masculine twin flame side. Let's see what's going on. Reading for the masculine. Divine feminine, take this as direct messages from your masculine. Our beliefs were too different. I couldn't reconcile mine to yours. You guys might be really different. Oftentimes you come from different backgrounds. You'll notice the similarities in the same, that if you had a certain childhood upbringing, so did your twin flame. It's going to mirror a lot of deeper truths you may have not even noticed about your own when you begin to compare what you've been through. However, oftentimes you guys might have been born into different social statuses, economic statuses, cultures, different places on the planet. Just kind of depends, right? And so oftentimes you'll notice that you have a lot of differences in your upbringing. Your silence feels safer to me. I don't want to get hurt again. Your divine masculine is afraid of getting hurt. Oftentimes they're hurting themselves in divine feminine by keeping themselves closed off out of fear of getting hurt. And this is a lot to do with past relationships. You might notice this person never let you in, or they were, never fully opening with you. They've built a lot of walls around love long before you because they've already been hurt and they didn't expect to meet their twin flame when they did. In fact, it's just something that comes into your life. You can't go out looking for your twin flame. It's going to find you too. I want to hold you again. I need to feel your body next to mine. Both of you want a physical union and a physical connection. Now we have the spiritual. This is your own soul coming through in your divine feminine and your masculine in so many ways. However, we want to translate that down into the physical. It's what we're doing here on earth, right? We're out from the other side. This is where we go in our dreams every night, where we come from and where we go after. But we wanted to come down into this physical experience where we can manifest this divine union, and it is union with the divine in the physical. I always look at you at airports as if we'll be in the same place in the world. And then real quick to go back to that, it's like you get in that love bubble and the universe is like, teaser alert, just kidding, more work to do, and all the trauma comes up, oftentimes resulting in separation and clashes and the ego and ego death. It's like you meet in the love bubble and you think it's your happily ever after and you're there, and then you go through these phases and it's like universe is like, spoiler alert, just kidding, go do more work, right? Go do your healing. And you'll come back together, and it is meant to motivate you to go deeper within yourself. And you want to go deep. A lot of people don't understand that, but the deeper you go, the more you'll come out into the light. I miss looking into your eyes and into your soul. Your divine masculine misses you a ton. I'm ready for commitment. They're clearing the blocks to get to you. They're clearing the commitment blocks. They know their issues, right? I didn't feel like I deserve you. And this is something else too. They might feel that you're more successful or better in things. I'm in love with you. You may or may not know that. I'm sure you feel it though. Like if they haven't told you, they probably have. You probably got to a point where you know they love you and that it's intense for them. Or maybe they haven't and you feel it. Someone was telling me that. You're going to feel it. Twin flames have an unspoken vibe, right? If you love them, they love you. I let people manipulate me into ghosting you. And this is a big one. This is something I said too, right? That you have divine masculine. People get in your ear about your divine feminine that never even met her. You knew her good, right? You let people get in your ear. And usually this was other love interests, people whose agenda, they may have meant well, but they didn't. Because these are like, karmic players in your own life. Because a lot of times when you have that karmic energy, this is what happens too. So just know that. Getting rid of any seeds that have been planted against your union because it's against you. I've been watching your socials and admiring your pictures. So as we said, divine masculine is always trying to check out your social media. They'll never compare to you. This is like, they know that at a certain point, someone was telling me, I did my work call this morning, and someone was telling me that they had gone to date and they couldn't stop thinking about their divine feminine. And maybe they thought they were ready to date, but then they went on the date and they realized they just want their divine feminine. It's this connection. You need to raise your frequency to come back together. Work on your energy. Make sure you're working on your energy, divine masculine too. Make sure you're raising your vibe. This separation is because you started to treat me like a karmic partner. This is huge too, because I see this happening across the collective. And this is where you're treating your divine feminine as a karmic, literally. Some of you guys have enacted the same pattern on them that you did to your ex-karmic, real karmics. Oh my God, didn't it come out? I know, nasty stuff. With your twin flame, you might have called them a karmic. You might have looked at them like that from your own ego projections, or you might have treated them in the same way too. But you're realizing this connection doesn't go anywhere and that you're meant to be with this person. So it's to help you to clear out and cleanse those karmic patterns and to be aware of them. And you'll notice your divine feminine handles this a lot differently. I'm not sure, but I think the karmics are just like, okay. And the divine feminine is like a whole force field. You're like, what? All right, they're going to handle it differently too. I know twin flames have that fiery energy. They're supposed to help you burn through these negative karmic patterns, and we all have them. And I think the reason is just from past karmic situations too. You need to heal and open up your heart chakra more for this connection. Divine Masculine, you have a way of closing down your heart chakra and trying to close out the connection, and also closing out that tsunami or ocean of feelings too. Make sure that you're feeling your feelings, and make sure that you're opening your heart and opening up to this connection more too. I see people in a lot of pain when Divine Masculine pushes Divine Feminine away. It causes a lot of pain for both, especially the one pushing them away too, the Divine Masculine. Our story is not even close to being finished. You're not done with this person. You're going through a spiritual awakening from this, and you're going through a rebirth. It's like everything we were just talking about too. And so know that this is like coming back to life after that ego death, right? And starting to feel better. This is why self-care is so important for you, Divine Masculine. You might also, if you're alone, are missing your Divine Feminine's energy and seeing how important that was in your life and how it was lighting you up in a lot of areas. All right, there's going to be a higher level to this commitment. This could be reunion, union. This could be engagement, masculine coming to their feminine with a love offer and some type of wish come true. You know, this is your wish fulfillment. And this is like your manifestations coming together. Many of you guys on both sides are manifesting union. This is going to come together. But there's a lot of heartbreak of your Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. And for you, hurt, betrayal, grief, and disappointment on both sides. And this is your Divine Feminine coming through too, especially if in separation. This is being felt across both sides. Pay attention to your intuition. Pay attention to your gut feelings, psychic premonitions, and sixth sense. You're thinking about this person. You're dreaming about this person. You're seeing little signs about them. The universe is sending you downloads about what is happening on their side too. Just be aware of that. All right, make sure you watch out for hanging out with your friends too much. We got the 2 chicks, not just one. Oh my God. These could be love interests, they're friends. I saw someone who's like twin flame was friend zoning them, but they're their twin flame and they have sex. And they're like, oh, you're just a friend. And I was like, oh my God, now I'm going to really watch out for those masculines, just a friend, right? Okay, watch out for those just a friend, especially if they're love interests, karmics, or past partners, or current love interests, right? Get rid of them. All right, because these might be throwing off union. We're talking about, you know, some of the people that you go to for support are not supporting your union. We talked about that on the Divine Feminine side. This is the same for the masculine. Get rid of the blocks to union. The ever unfolding rose, cracked open, is happening for you, not to you. You might be in this victim mentality or feel like things aren't going well when they're meant to be going amazing for you. Life is giving you certain lessons to get you ready for this union. It's like boot camp. This is like spiritual boot camp for the masculine. And you know that things might be moving faster. You might be going through a lot. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, and teacher. This might represent your Divine Feminine. Many of them are priestess to the ancient goddess religions. They could be a healer. They could be a spiritual teacher. They could be just someone getting real spiritual during this time, right? And this is meant to be that divine partner for you too. You're going to notice the karmics were super asleep and your Divine Feminine should be awakened just as you, Divine Masculine, should be awakened, right? Okay, and this is how you'll know your feminine. You know anyways, but just know that too. They have that powerful spiritual connection. And you'll notice that in all areas of their life. This could be that they're very spiritually guided. All right, leap, you go first. The universe will catch you. You're needing to get out of your comfort zone. Oh no, this is why the masculine stays stuck. And it's not the Divine Feminine they're afraid of. It's the changes they're being required to make to get out of their whole life. And it's like, oh my God, okay, so you've built this little world and it feels really, really safe to you. And the universe is kind of shaking the walls. Like, here you go, come out of your cocoon. It's breaking open. And you're like, and you're trying to stay in the cocoon. And then, you know, you weren't moving fast enough. So Divine Feminine comes along and burns it all down real fast, right? As you did hers when you met her. So first masculine burned down the whole feminine's world and there was the tower moment for her. And she expects the Divine Masculine to join her. Like, hey, I did all that work. Where are you? And Divine Masculine is trying to stay in their old life, right? And it's like, all right, okay, so it doesn't matter where you're at. The walls are shaking for the Divine Masculine right now. Just know that too. The universe wants you to kind of get out there, get out of the bubble, get out of your cocoon, get out of your comfort zone. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking and keep facing your true north. You are overthinking things. Time to shift into your destiny and your destined path. This is all about becoming the most authentic version of yourself. You're going to notice you can be yourself around your Divine Feminine. The karmics would have been using you for a project or a fixer-upper, right? They'd be trying to change things about you. Your Divine Feminine just wants to chill and hang out with you and sees you perfect as is. This is what is unnerving to you, right? You don't have to put on that act that you put on with the karmics and your friends and things like that to fit in. This is like you are their destined partner already. And so this is like shifting into this destined union. So to face your true north, it is to come into this union. This is your destiny, to come into twin flame union. But we talked about that tower moment is happening already. So there's a lot of upheaval and change coming out of this connection. It's been a shock for your system. You're having to clear away the false projections and beliefs of how you're seeing your twin flame in this situation. I always say it's a mirror, so flip it. So you'll be thinking a lot of negative stuff about your twin flame. Flip it. Does that fit you? No? All right, distorted belief, right? Oh my God, it's a perfect mirror. So sometimes we'll be thinking these things about our twin flame, and if you flip it, does that represent you? No. Okay, we got ego issues, right? So needing to clear away the distorted beliefs and clear that mirror for some. Stay grounded right now. You're an empath. You're highly sensitive to the energy. Connect with nature. You and your divine feminine are empaths. Know that that's why you're both sensitive to the energies and why you both need your energy right to come into this connection. As you're both empaths, it can get very overwhelming, other people's energy, especially in relationships. All right, this is like needing to make a decision. Some of you guys are blocking out your emotions and not listening to your intuition right now, and you're kind of stuck in between two options, crossroad. It could be matrix, spiritual awakening, could be 3D and 5D, or it just could be separation and union. You're kind of in a limbo right now. Pay attention, you are the magician. Stay focused on your manifestations right now, and stay focused on manifesting union right now. You have psychic gifts and abilities. Okay, if there's been no communication or not a lot of action or lack of communication, this is going to open up. There's going to be a lot of communication. You might suddenly start to feel guided to tell your divine feminine how you feel, to open up and express your feelings. Once again, that could represent travel and hanging out on the weekends. Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands. This guy goes after what he wants. He knows he wants his divine feminine and he wants union. He may not know how he's going to get there, but he knows what he wants. This, if you're in a separation, you've got clarity on this situation and you know this is your person and you want them. You're like the carrot. It's like the cupcake that you're like dying to have after dinner, right? All right, it is the carrot, I always say, and you want it. And this is what might have frustrated you because there's a lot of frustration in manifesting, but you know you want this person, but there's been some type of conflict and struggle. You need to compromise with this person to get into that state of peace and a harmonious union with them. You might be waiting to see your results. You've been working hard too. You've been working hard on whether it's your healing or your manifesting. And this is like tending to your seeds you've been planting and getting things to fruition. Have patience. You're going to end up in union and success around the corner. Keep manifesting this union. It is something we need to both work on manifesting into the physical. This is like tending to your seeds, but it's also pentacle energy, tending to your finances, right? All right, are you taking care of your finances? I know as you're taking care of your energy, your finances should increase. This could be healing something with your sacral chakra, healing something financially. So it could be connected to your energy levels or even your finances, divine masculine. Time to get your finances in order right now. This could be budgeting, really making a long-term plan or getting serious about your energy levels, but also your money. All right, I'm going on that note, but have a beautiful day. I'm here if you guys need me. Just go ahead and book healing sessions on my website. I have a nice little search bar in my shop, so if you type in things that you need, you're going to have it pop up, whatever you might need in there too. Have a beautiful day.